Okay, it's finally time. I made a video specifically for all of you out there asking me. But Sue, what if I have a service-based business? Do you have any examples? I'm Sue B. Zimmerman, and today I am going to tell you how to use Instagram to build awareness for your service-based business. Instagram is a social network that businesses with all customer types need to pay attention to, even if you're a service-based business. I say there is absolutely a way to sell your services on Instagram. So whether your business is being an amazing cake decorator like Sabrina, or a triathlete coach like Jen, or someone who cares for pets, or maybe you're an amazing photographer like Manny, you can absolutely have success with creating your unique visual strategy on Instagram. The goal of your post should be based on what your clients or customers are interested in seeing, just like the National Park Service does here, not what you're interested in posting. I'm going to share with you 3 different tips that you can use to bring your service-based business to life. And I'm going to use my account, the Instagram Expert, as an example. Go ahead and offer up tips, not just any kind of tips, but exclusive tips that you share only here on Instagram. So these are ones that you cannot find on the internet. So I have made it my intention to share a tip every 7th post here on this account, and I've even created a hashtag every 7th post, so that if you wanted to click in and see all these exclusive tips, it's an easy way for you to go do that. So think about your business. Can you create a strategy around an exclusive tip and share that on Instagram? The most important thing that you need to keep in mind is that every single post that you make has to make a point that will ultimately bring someone to your business. The second tip is to leverage your location. And there's 3 ways that you can strategically do this for your business. Manny Photos _ does a great job at this. The first way is to use a geotag in your post. So no matter where you are, whether you're on site at your business or you're traveling to different locations, use the geotag, because you can potentially show up in the top 9 of that geolocation. And if you do, someone can stumble upon you and click in and start following you and maybe even hire you. You could attract a new customer. Now, the second way to leverage your location, and this might sound pretty simple, put the location in your bio. You can see that Manny is based in New York City, so clearly if you live in Dubai, you're not going to be hiring Manny. But Manny could be attracting people in and around New York to do business with. So if you have a physical service like a dentist or a nail salon or a hairdresser or a gym, then you want to make sure that people know where you're located, which actually leads me to the third point, which is to use location-based hashtags. So if you are in New York City, like Manny, use the hashtag New York City. You can also be using location-based hashtags around New York cities, maybe in the different boroughs, the different states that surround New York, but using your location-based hashtags is the third way to leverage your location. My third tip, if you are a service-based business, and I cannot stress this enough, make sure that you have a business profile so that you can not only look at your analytics, but you can also add a contact button like Massage Envy has here. This means that you can add your email and your phone number. And here's a pro tip. If you run your service-based business from your house and you don't want it to be your cell phone, just create a Google number and then create a special ringtone for it. Now let's look at different case studies of service-based businesses doing it right on Instagram. The first one is WeWork. WeWork provides shared office spaces in cities and countries all over the globe. When you look at their Instagram account, it's not all about sharing photos of their workspaces. They use Instagram to capture and share moments. Some of them are with very large branded events that members look forward to, and they use hashtags like hashtag creator awards to label the events and encourage their customers to share their own photos of the spaces. So they have a real strong sense of a global community. Remember I talked about the power of hashtags and using them if you're a service-based business? WeWork does a great job with this. Obviously, they have locations all over the world, but when you click into a post, not only are you seeing the location geotag being used, but the location with the hashtag creator awards. It's used there in that photo, and again in a different location, Andrew Mellon Auditorium, but again with the hashtag, curating content around a common hashtag for a service-based business. WeWork also is a business account. The contact button is right there, and when you tap it, you can email them or call them. WeWork also shares exclusive tips, often collaborating with other big brands. So the photo itself represents the work environment, but when you read the description, they give you a little fact that takes you to an article from Forbes, which is a great way to collaborate with other businesses and brands that align with yours. The second case study is the Coop Marketing. This is a social media management company. It's an agency, and they focus on web design, photography, and branding. And if you look at their bio, they say that it is for chicks by chicks. When you click the link in their bio, it takes you to a mobile-friendly site where you can easily contact the chicks, understand what they do, and get their backstory. They're playing off the feminine side of who they're trying to attract. Even when Instagram has an update, they do it in a very classy way that still works within their pastel feed. There's a theme going on here, and it's a good one. They celebrate, they showcase their customers and clients. They humanize themselves and the brand. I love that Colby's in there a lot. Often you'll see her kids, and it works because she's calling them little chicks. So look at the description. So it's not just the whole look of her feed, it's the words that she's using in the description that is attracting chicks, women, to do business with her. Colby is not using the geotag location because she's working out of her house. So I caution all of you solopreneurs to not use that, which is smart. She is using relevant hashtags like mompreneur and creative business that is attracting her clients. Another thing that Colby does as a service-based business is she gives shout outs to other businesses and features them on her feed. And notice that the post aligns with her business. The colors are the same, and she's mentioning the username in a very classy way. So if you're a social media manager or you're a social media agency, take note from Colby, staying true to her branding and all the little nuances of farm life. The key to having a successful service-based business on Instagram is understanding the audience that you're selling to and selling them a consistent message every single time that you post. And making sure that every post has a purpose to drive traffic to your business. Did you like this video? Comment below and let me know what service-based business you're running and if this was helpful. And if you're new here and just getting started, be sure to grab my free Instagram strategy guide. That link is in the first description below. And I'll see you on the next video.